All right. Arsenal have been eliminated or knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium. And full time, it was 1-1. And then in penalties, Arsenal found themselves really getting a miss of Kai Havertz, and United netted their entire 5 penalties in. So welcome to this channel. Smash like button, comment and share if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name. I hope you guys are really having fun. And if you watched my match preview very well, I predicted that this game will end in a draw and it will go to penalties. That is it. And I told you I'm not God to decide who is obviously going to really be scoring penalties and who is going to be missing penalties. And I left it on your table. But for me, my instincts were like, this game is obviously going to go into a draw. And it went into a draw as I predicted. And it went into the side of Manchester United. But when you look at that game, I tell you, a lot happened in favor of Arsenal. That is it. The penalty that Odegaard missed, I think they missed out on an opportunity to obviously get the lead. And if at all Arsenal gets the lead to go to 2-1, United would have gone ahead obviously open up amidst them having one man down, because I know what Ruben Amorim has gone ahead to do. He would have gone to tell his players, let's go and really attack and really get that goal. And maybe Arsenal would have gone ahead obviously capitalize onto that and really create lots and lots and lots of moments to really score very many goals. But I tell you, I think there is need for Arsenal to accept that they need more creatives in the final third. And it's one of the things that I've always wanted to sound from the summer transfer window of 2023. I told Arsenal fans that all what Arsenal need is, or our players to create. I talked of a player to obviously come in through and obviously be the understudy or compete with Martin Odegaard, and a player to play into that Bukayo Saka situation. I told you in my match preview yesterday that every time Arsenal doesn't have a left-footed player playing onto the right attacking side of the midfield, they really look toothless, you know? They are not threatening to any opponent. And you saw it today that was the same scenario. And I was like, why doesn't the manager of Arsenal get Kai Havertz and he plays him out wide right, or get Odegaard out of the midfield and play him as a right forward to obviously create more chances? Because we know that Odegaard will invert into the midfield, and maybe you change the game plan and Julian Timber will obviously overlap and put in a beautiful cross. You understand? You'll use Odegaard as that reference point for you as Kai Havertz digs deep from the midfield to obviously feed maybe the center forward. If not, you can play there Leandro Trossard. You understand? But I think today Arteta is to blame for this game, because even when United scored, when they're 11-11, they get a red card in the 61st minute. Some people call it soft, others call it's okay. But I tell you, if you're on a yellow card, you can't do that. You can't tempt the central referee. You get? So I think Dalot was all to blame, because it was a second bookable offense. It was not a straight red card. If it came through the straight red card, it would have wanted to say, oh no, you know. But he gave the referee to do what he had to do, you know, and he was sent off. Second bookable offense, though I thought it was really soft. But Arsenal leveled in 2 minutes after United got that red card. Then I think like 2-3 minutes later, they get a penalty. Harry Maguire brings down Kai Havertz in a way that people say it was a soft penalty or not, and Odegaard missed out on the penalty. And it's Arsenal that denied themselves a chance to take this game away, because it was all there on the pitch for them to take. But they failed to obviously kill off the game. And when you fail to win games like that, and you allow that game to go to penalties, I tell you what, it's out of your reach. That is it. It's out of your reach, because penalties, it's 1 against 1. It's a 1v1. And that's why you saw to it that United scored their entire 5 penalties, I tell you. Their entire 5 penalties were scored. And I can really take you through how they went in. Who scored the first? Bruno Fernandes. Arsenal fronted Odegaard. Odegaard scored. United went ahead to front... who came next? Amadi Diallo. He came in through. He scored his penalty. Then Kai Havertz came in through. He missed his penalty. There stepped up Lenny Yoro. He came in through. He scored his penalty. And there stepped in a player called... there stepped up known as Thomas Partey. He scored. You understand? Then United brought in Lisandro Martinez. He scored the 4th penalty. Arsenal brought in Declan Rice. Declan Rice scored his penalty. Then it was 4 penalties taken by both sides, and it was between Joshua Zirkzee and David Raya. David Raya had to come to the savior of Arsenal. If at all, they had to obviously take their 5th penalty. Guess what? It never went on as planned, and guess who took the penalty? Zirkzee. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way, and United went through to the next round. But Arteta is to blame. For me, everything he did today was wrong. Especially after Jesus got an injury. You know, he had to obviously do the needful and find means of obviously getting to know that how can this team be of use? Because you need to really tinker around, you know, because Arteta is very predictable. I've been one of the critics of Arteta on his tactics most of the times, because when he brings his A game and A plan, it works out. Arsenal looks like the best team in the world. When his A plan fails, Arsenal look toothless. They look like a team that is not coached. You understand? So I think he should really change the narrative. And I think with Gabriel Jesus getting injured and very many others joining Saka, Tomiyasu, Benjamin White, and Waneri, if Arsenal don't go into the market in the January transfer window, I'll tell you, they are out of the trophy. They won't win any trophy this time round. I tell you. They won't win any trophy this time round because you need players. You need players. And they've failed themselves. I tell you, Arsenal has gone ahead to obviously fail themselves. And this is the high time for them to go hard in the market and sign players. I told you, Man City, who are not even close to the title, there are very many points far off the leaders. That is Liverpool and Arsenal. You get? But they've so far signed one player, and they've gone ahead to agree personal terms with 2 players. And one of those players is a striker that Arsenal needed. And if that striker comes in through and really scores very many goals for Man City, Arsenal fans will be like, we had the chance to bring him on. You get? Though for me, I believe Arsenal doesn't need a striker. Arsenal need 2 creative players. That is it. They need 2 creative players. You know, a left-footed player to play on the right side of the forward line, and then another central attacking midfielder. You get? Who can obviously come in through and obviously put in a very huge shift. Because I know Trossard, he can lead the line, plus the number 9 and score goals. Very clinical. Kai Havertz can, and Jesus can. You get? But the problem is, who is really going to provide chances to them? That is the most important bit of it all. So that's how everything went ahead to happen at the Emirates. Arsenal have been knocked out by Man United out of the FA Cup, and United have been drawn against Leicester City, but Arteta is the man to blame. And I know after this performance, a lot of stories are really going to emerge as people are really going to call for Arteta's head, but I think he has a lot of credit in the bank to obviously be thought of being sacked. Now, Arsenal, 26 shots. United had 7. 7 shots on target by Arsenal. I think they really lacked composure, you know. 4 shots on target by Man United. 71% ball possession by Arsenal. 29% ball possession by Man United. 656 passes completed by Arsenal. United completed 291 passes. 87 passes completed by Arsenal, then 69 passes completed by Man United, then 10 fouls by Arsenal. United had 25 fouls, 2 yellow cards issued to Arsenal, and 4 yellow cards issued to Man United. No red card was issued to Arsenal, and 1 red card has been issued to Man United. That was Diego Dallo in the 61st minute. 5 offsides to the side of Arsenal, and 4 offsides to the side of Man United. 12 corners to the side of Arsenal, and 2 corners to the side of Man United. So, it shows you that even in set pieces, Arsenal are not that a threat. Is it because Saka, who went ahead obviously deliver those corners accurate, is out, but even Declan Rice is one of those that has gone ahead obviously deliver some good corners, but they haven't gone ahead obviously come to pass. So Rokani David is my name. That's what I had to say about the match reaction, but Arteta is to blame. I tell you, he is to blame, because when you look at Ruben Amorim and how he handled that game of football, he was disadvantaged, but you saw the changes he made. You know, he brought on Joshua Zexi, he was a problem to Arsenal. He brought on Amadi Diallo, he was a problem. Toby Collier, you understand? And it was like, let me throw in these hardworking players. And Arteta couldn't obviously think of maybe taking Odegaard to the right forward, you know, put Kai Havertz to lead the line and let Trossard drop deep. You understand? Those are things that this manager is not really doing, you know. And I believe you need to see Raheem Sterling drift off the left and Martinelli go to the right. I think those simple things, you know, would have gone ahead obviously confuse Ruben Amorim. But Ruben Amorim, even when he had the red card, looked like he was in charge of the game. So guys, I don't know what your thoughts are about this game of football, but Arsenal have been knocked out of the FA Cup and fixtures are really out, and the 4th round is on. Bye-bye.